We are back, and we are now coming into Fort Blackington. It appears they have some snow on the ground as well. All right. The first thing I want to do is land. And we are going to go into the old fort here. And we are going to drop off our books. Or at least a copy of them. And I'll show you where we are keeping them. Right here. This is a copy of all of our books. Alright, let's shift them over here. And I'm going to go into Creative because we can make a copy of these books. If we do this right. There we go. Alright, let's make sure it's got information in it. There it is. Alright. Come over here and make a copy of that one and put that one in the shelf. Then make a copy of this one and put it in the shelf. Oops, nope, I don't want to read it. I want to put you in the shelf. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's shift these back over here. Now, these should all have words in them. Okay. There we go. There was already this batch here is over in Loxley, and we are going to take this group here over to Loxley so that I have a copy of all of them in 2 places. Wow, that's a lot of villages for us to be visiting constantly. And we're about to add 2 more into the mix. So that'll be interesting. Okay, ooh, we've got food here. Let's find... come on. There we go. All right. Let's run that downstairs and have a check on our inventory here. You know, for a village that we don't actually live in, we've got a lot going on here, but that's okay. Because we have spent a fair amount of time in this village, and I had planned to spend the winter primarily in this village. Yeah, we still need to do a little bit of organizing here. Yeah, that's right. Andesite sand, so we can make wattle and daub in this pretty blue color. All of this was dug up from underneath one of the houses in, oh gosh, one of those 2 villages that we just left. Yeah, I don't remember which one, but came from one of those villages. Probably one of the houses that I had to rebuild. Lovely tunnel. Hi! Sorry, I don't remember what you do here. But I suppose I could go and... Well. Oh yeah. This fort, it's not winterized. It's in my list that I'm looking at. Fort Blackington is not winterized. Also, we do know that it's very difficult to winterize this particular fort design because for whatever reason, yeah, it does not get recognized as being a complete building. We get the little icon up in the left-hand corner in this room, so that's, and I don't see any snow in there. So that's good. All right, let's check a couple more. Okay, this one, fine. Getting the little icon. Icon, no snow, so that's good there. Did I check this one? No snow. All right. Well, let's go back and check. Well, yeah, we're not going to get an icon here because this room is just too big and it's too open to everything else. I do wonder, though, if we closed it up a bit. How we doing here? 25 villagers. What did we leave with? 21. We added more people? Okay. Yeah, we'll have to check on that. Let's check this room up here. Oh, golly. But these people aren't freezing. But we're also not getting an icon, and we're getting snow. So, I don't know. Is this room considered too large? I kind of feel like I've done larger rooms than that and gotten the icon. Yeah, snow. And I feel like it's, you know, coordinated with the blocks nearest by. Okay, so we do know that portions of this fort are not winterized. And the thing is, with the snow falling where it is, it means that people aren't getting where they need to go. Which is fine for this area up here because we don't really need anybody up there. So we're okay with that. This is just a pass-through. So that's okay. But see, this here, this is a problem. If there's snow all over the place, they can't pass these areas. Okay. And I can understand because there is no roof. But do we want to be putting down all of those little wooden paths? Whoa, along here. Oh, that's right. Ugh. We are using a very powerful shovel capper. So that might be something to consider, is putting those wooden paths down up here. I don't really know how much the people, you know, wander around up here. We have moved, well, most of the workstations to lower levels, so there really isn't any need for them to be walking along the walls up there. Okay, but this here, we got to figure out how to stop this, because this is not helpful, and they do need to come in here. And eventually this is going to be our weapons storage, so we're not going to really want a lot of snow in there. Yeah, this is the area that I thought about doing the furrowed ground. Uh-oh. We're out of shovel. Yeah, it's whole area, because all this here is path. So I thought about doing this in the furrowed ground to see if my theory is accurate. And it is snowing right now, so let's go ahead and throw down dry farmland, medium, barren. That means that nothing's going to grow on it, right? Let's go ahead and throw down, not like that, like this. A few pieces of this, and let's see if people walk on it. Let's see if snow accumulates on it. Yeah, let's just see. Can we put anything on here? Let's see. Flora. Let's try a fern. And let's try this. And let's try that. All right. Can we put stuff on here? We sure can. Wow, that's huge. So we can put stuff here. And I'm assuming grass will grow on here. But yeah, let's see if that accumulates any snow. I'm thinking that if this actually works, I might want to swap out the stone paths for this in this area. This area does not rely on waypoints or official paths to guide the villagers around. So we could put down anything we want for ground cover. And something that reduces the snow accumulation would be splendid. But yeah, for now, let's give this a try and see if it works for us. Okay, why are you guys walking up here into the deep snow? Who are you and what do you do? You are Lambert. What does Lambert do? He is the herbalist. Okay, so I can see why you're hanging around out here. Let's go ahead and swap out this area here with the barren, because obviously this area here gets deep snow. I know. Jeez, they get so excited. And then the hope that I have is that this will grow grass, and we just won't mow as often because that'll be all that's here. Because this is not going to get this green cover. All right, I think that's probably enough for an experiment. Now, let it snow. I think something else I would like to try, because this is a question that a couple people have, is putting these down in the heavily walked areas, which seem to be right about here. Only problem is we cannot put it on top of either of these surfaces. It can't go on top of this, and it can't go on top of the stone path. So we are going to need to put in the packed dirt. And the question here is, do they recognize this as being a suitable path? Okay. And we don't have any other waypoints in here, so we can't really test if this picks up the red lines. Oh gosh, look at that. right. Okay, so now, wow, why is it... Okay, it's picking up the waypoint out here. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, we got a lot of waypoint in here. No reason to get lost. No reason at all. Okay, highlight village waypoints. It's an experiment. It's for science. Do you guys have science yet? Do you understand that term? Okay, it is nearly gathering time for everyone. So yeah, now we just need it to snow and accumulate everywhere so that we can see if it accumulates here. And I think one of the things we need the stone paths that do not have snow on them to replace the ones that do, so that we can see, oh hi, when there is new snowfall. Because it's obviously not going to melt off. Okay. They don't have any issue walking on these stone paths because the snow doesn't get very deep. So I don't really have a problem leaving that down. But the whole point here was to see if they would walk on this and if the waypoints would pick this up as a suitable path. And I think it does, because what's underneath is what it's reading. I don't think it's reading this as a suitable walking path. It's also not reading this wooden path as interfering. So, okay. So the whole point here is to see how much snow accumulates on these two surfaces. All right. Let's go off and do something. Wow. Yeah. Might want to clear all the snow in here. Just for the fun of it. Okay, we were questioning up here. Not only this, but who did we add and not change this? I do seem to recall adding some people. I also don't know if they got added here as well. Tasia Shepherd is down, side of the fort. So obviously I'm not keeping accurate records. Although I haven't been here, so I'm using that as my excuse. All right, put the book back down. Okay, I am going to assume that this dropped from here. So what is above us here? And are you dropping from there as well? Okay, the theory is that the snow is not recognizing this as a roof, a barrier to stop it from falling. So if we replace some pieces here, will we get suitable performance? And, you know, being a roof, being a ceiling. Let's find out. Now watch it stop snowing altogether. Yeah, winter's over. Sorry, you'll have to wait till next year for your experiments. Okay, I do believe we need a corner. there's a corner. Okay. Now we will see if snow accumulates up here. If it accumulates up here, then the theory is it's now stopping the snow from just falling through. What it sees is maybe this is just invisible. And I think that has something to do with the buildings being recognized when they spawned, and the game not recognizing certain aspects of these buildings. Okay, did we replace over here? I don't think we did. All right, let's go ahead and replace here. All right. And here. Okay, we'll take that snow out. Were both of these here a minute ago? I don't know. We'll see if we get more. Okay. Maybe that will solve the issue. Yeah, remember when we used to get rain in here? It was so much easier to detect that something was not right. Was that snow flying in the room? Yeah, definitely easier when it's raining. In this case right now, we have to wait and see if this accumulates again before we can test the theory. Okay. So far so good. I don't see any accumulation on either of those spots, although I also don't see any accumulation here. So it's not snowing heavily enough to test those areas. Okay, but out here, definitely the walkways are clear enough. Oh golly, I forgot why we were here. Okay, again, we're looking at the possibility that it's not recognizing this as being a ceiling or a roof. So we're going to tear it all down and we're going to put it all back up. Thank you. Might as well. Okay. I guess we should shovel the snow inside the house so our people can come in and go to bed. Yeah, this over here is kind of confusing to me. I don't think it's going to go away. If the ceiling starts to work properly, I don't think this is going to go away. I think we have to replace that in order to make it go away. All right, now the hope is we get snow up here. Okay, so let's go ahead and replace these. Okay. Now another thought that somebody brought up. Remember the decks in the past villages we were just at? The wooden decks. And they weren't getting much snow on them. Well, the theory was possibly, is it because the slab is put at the lower part of a full block, not at the top part? The top part would get the full layers of snow, but the one that's placed lower would not get that. Let's see, here we go. All right, it's not even letting me put snow on here, but it will let me put snow on here. So, is that theory correct? Is that why some of the decks over there, the docks, didn't have snow on them? Because it's placed at the lower of the full block? Something to keep in mind. Interesting. I also thought, say you've got a path area here. Let's say you don't want snow really deep here, but you also don't want to use the this. Maybe you want to use that. You go deep. Yeah, there we go. That right there. Because again, that doesn't allow snow. We can't put anything on there. So if I wanted to make a path here, of these, I'm working on a theory here. Just go with it. Okay, so we could expect it's still a suitable path, but it's not going to get any snow on it. It's not letting me put snow here. Okay, follow me on that? Yeah, let's leave that and see what happens. Oh, golly, which direction is that? That would be north. Okay. So north is our experimental path. Okay. So now when we come back and we see that, we know to expect there should be no snow here. Okay. All right. What else do we want to do here? You know what? That's another thing. What if we don't want snow to accumulate on the step? Then maybe we use the slab on the lower level, because again, that's not letting snow accumulate there. I also can't put snow on here. It can snow naturally on here, but I can't put snow on here. So let's see if this accumulates any snow. Okay. I guess I should run around and fix the houses that have snow in them, huh? Oh, golly. All right. Hi there. Good night. Let's go see if we have any snow accumulation in here. Nope. Let's check some rooms. All right. No snow. Also, not closing the doors. No snow. But I think we had determined that these rooms were all fine. The only room that was getting the snow is over here in the weapons room and upstairs in the office. All right, I'm going to run around and look at more of the houses and see what needs to be fixed, cleaned up, whatever else. All right, we will be right back. We have found ourselves a bit of an issue here. We've got Xerxes here stuck in the water. He was over here sliding around, and I couldn't figure out why he was still in here, even though I moved all the snow away. I cleared the paths so that he could get out of the water. And then I went through all the houses, and I found his house is right there. I looked inside, there's no snow. But what I did find is there was a lot of snow here. So he was maybe not able to get home because there was too much snow here. Now, one thing we have determined is that the accumulation on this surface keeps them from passing through here. What? Okay, and that's also a plank. So I'm going to swap this out for slabs. And we're going to put them up. We're going to take away the original slab, or the planks underneath. And we are going to put the slabs above. I don't think we can do it with that there. Obviously not. Come on, there we go. Now, if the theory is correct, and I believe that it is, we cannot put snow on here, but we can put snow on here. These areas should not get an accumulation of snow on them to the point where they cannot use this walkway. All right, I'm going to continue taking these, replacing these, which is hard to do when the people are also running around, because I don't want them all to fall in the water. Okay, that path is done. We shall now see if they can use it. Yeah, they're not going to go anywhere right now because they're all at their jobs. So they're not going to cooperate with our experiment. Oh, let's see. Let's see if we're getting a path through here. Highlight village waypoints. We are. Good. Okay. Well, then there's no reason they can't use that. Yeah, I want to see more heavy snowfall so I can see if this theory is beneficial to us. If this is something that will work, and all we got to do is put a waypoint and still get our red paths, I would have no problem going through an entire village and putting these down as the walking paths everywhere, because I kind of like these. I like this look. Yeah. Then we could bypass these stone paths, and obviously this has to be at the lower point of a full block, like we already discussed. So, okay. We're still waiting for heavy snowfall. I have gone through all of the houses, and there was only one house that had a lot of snow accumulation. We replaced all of the ceiling. I came into one house that was this right here, and it had snow, so I filled all of these in. This house has not had snow accumulation, so I don't think this one is going to be a problem. Let's go look at the roof. Okay, the roof is completely covered with snow. So the theory about the snow not seeing this as a roof is not applicable in this house's case, nor this one. We should see no snow inside this one. This one over here, we should see no snow inside of this one. We're not seeing snow here because it is being blocked by the tree. Okay. Let's go look at some more roofs. Let's run on this theory that if there is snow on the roof, then the roof is working. Okay, this one here. At one point in time, there was snow in here. This house has been renovated, and it's larger than it was. I'm only seeing here. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Okay, this one. Not sure what that is, but I don't think it goes there. All right, where is the door? I do believe this is one that I just worked on. And there was snow in here. There it is. That's the one I filled in the ceiling pieces. I can also see here that we're not able to pass. So this is another area where I would put in these slabs and see if they recognize that as a suitable path. Can you go somewhere so I can test this out? Okay, they're walking on it. Let's take that one away. Yeah, wow. Especially in a village where there's a lot of water like this one. I would swap all of it out for this deck. Okay. Here too. Okay, why are you spinning? Who are you and where are you supposed to be? Alanis. You are the herbalist. Is there a reason that you are having an issue? Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay. Oh gosh. This is definitely not recognizing this as a roof. That kind of doesn't make sense. Why not? Yeah, I just know that once I do all of this, it's going to stop snowing, spring's going to set in, and we won't be able to see if any of this worked. Okay, we'll test that one out. Yeah, I did come in here and fixed this garden. I've been away from the game for 2 days. So when I came back in here and realized that, oh yeah, oh, she did not get resurrected. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Tasia. Bummer. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I had forgotten that our purpose here was to winterize this place. Okay, this here... You guys, what are you doing? Okay, that should be a clear path. This here should be a clear path now. Okay, I need everybody to like go and gather. Okay, this one here. I can see that the snow is very deep up there. This is one that I placed. This is obviously at the top of the block. So let's put it at the bottom of the block. And that should stop the accumulation on here. Why are you not letting me put that the way I want? There we go. Let's go ahead and put one over here as well, just to match. Why not? There we go. Okay, yeah, this one here as well. We're gonna shift this one down so it is at the bottom of the block. Which means it does not need that step. Yeah, ordinarily I would put a whole plank here. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that. But There. Okay. I just don't like that gapping we were getting. Okay. Why are you not cooperating with me? Something that I did figure out, if you take this item here and you put it over here, it's going to make them all land horizontally. So let's see if that's correct. Yes, it is correct. Okay, but we are moving these down. So we want them all here. And we want, I don't see any paths. There we go. We want path here. And nope, we got to pull you one more over. Because I like to have a solid surface underneath my the end of our decks, whatever we're calling these. Okay, this area here should no longer get a snow accumulation on it that they cannot pass. Okay. Oh, golly, look at the ice on here. Okay. I think... Oh, golly. What do we want to do here? I guess we'll go ahead and put in the stone paths in that area. This should all be stone path under here as well. Okay. Wow. Now we just wait. We see if this works. And like I said, if that works, that gives me a whole new idea for pathing in these villages. Okay, I need for you guys not to be there. I need for you guys to show me where you belong, what you should be doing, and go there. Okay. Let's fix this house. There. I like the beds to be up off the ground. Oh, you're not gonna let me in there, are you? All right. Nope. Okay, there we go. Yep. That one's good. Oh, wait. No, it's not. We're here to winterize. Let's try to remember that. Okay. I'm going to run around and do some more checking.